I'm Chris Gore.
I'm Daniel Montoya.
And we're here for episode 8 of the Slot T Mafia podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Daniel Montoya here at Monument Realty. For all your realty needs, come see Daniel. And our backdrop is brought to you by Nix and Nax. We're going to, in today's podcast, Chase had a prior commitment, couldn't make it, so we've kind of switched things up a little bit. But we're going to recap the Estacada game and look ahead to Bushland. The Mustangs went down in defeat Friday night, 42-22 to the Estacada Matadors. It was tied 22 apiece at the half. Kind of the same story of what we've been doing over the last, since the Canyon game. The Mustangs were very competitive in the first half, certainly had a chance for things to turn out different. Similar to Greenwood and Monahans, we kind of self-destructed there in the second half. But the good thing is these are not district games. They're to get you prepared for district. I think that players are giving maximum effort. Coaches are coaching hard, and, that's all you can ask. But we got the Bushland Falcons coming up and here on Friday, back up to the Panhandle. What do you think?
Man, that's going to be competitive. Those guys are dominant up there. And what rank are they right now?
Yeah, Bushland's ranked number 3, I believe, in 3A Division I. They're big, they're fast, they're very balanced. They can run and they can throw. I think they've been known more as I don't know so much an air raid team, but they've been a predominantly passing team in the past. But watching a little bit of what we did, I know they've beaten Borger, they've beaten Canadian, which is impressive, and I think they beat Dumas a couple of weeks ago. I believe they're 6-0.
Yes, they're undefeated.
Yeah, 6-0. I think they're in the 14 district like us, so we kind of playing them. They're in our same boat as we are, last non-district game. But it'll certainly be a challenge for the Mustangs to go back up north of Amarillo on Friday. Ought to be an excellent ball game. If you can't make it, you can certainly watch the podcast via the Mustang News Network on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yep.
That being said, Daniel, do you have anything you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it. I feel like it's going to be an effort game. It's one of those games where you see what the boys have, if they're going to put the effort out there and get us ready for district, really.
Yeah, and that's, like we talked about, I think that, probably everybody's disappointed in our first 6 games, but like we touched on, the kids are giving max effort, the coaches are coaching hard, and that's all you can ask. And at the end of the day, these pre-district games don't count in your district race. We need to go up to Bushland on Friday, give it all we got, and let the chips fall where they may. We got a week off to get healthy because that's one thing we've had, as well as some injuries that we need to recover from. Then we have the Big Spring Steers coming into town in 2 weeks to kick off district, and I know that the coaches will have them ready.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Welcome back to the Slot T Mafia podcast. Now we're on to our pick'em section. Chase and I have this competition going with our picks. Daniel hasn't been in on it, but he does have Chase's picks.
I do.
So
I'm gonna try to sound like Chase Gore.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like the Macho Man Randy Savage. Okay, so first game, we've got Seminole at Fort Stockton.
All right, so Seminole, this is Chase's pick. He's got Seminole taking Fort Stockton 56-7.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Seminole's got a heck of a team this year, even going down to Fort Stockton. So I'm going to say Seminole 70, Fort Stockton 12.
Ooh, that's a lot of points.
They can put them up. Next game?
Next game is going to be Snyder at Monahans, and Chase has this one with Monahans winning 44-7.
Yeah, good pick. I'm going with the Lobos. I'm going to say Monahans 56, Snyder 6.
All right. Next one's going to be Shallow Water at Pecos, and Chase has got this one, Shallow Water winning 35-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chase on that one too. I'm going to go with Shallow Water. They ought to handle Pecos pretty well. I'm going to say Shallow Water 52, Pecos 7.
All right. Next one up is going to be Brownfield at, what does that say? Lakeview, and he's got Lakeview 28-7.
I don't know much about Brownfield. I think Lakeview's won one game. Of course, they've been struggling for a long time. I want to see the Chiefs get a win. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say Lakeview 34, Brownfield 31.
There we go. Next one is going to be Kermit at Big Spring, and Chase has it Big Spring winning 42-14.
Yeah, that's not a matchup you see every year.
No, hardly ever.
Well, anyway, they're playing in Big Spring. I think Big Spring is 2-4.
Yes.
They've won a couple of games. They started off slow, but they've picked it up here the last couple of games. Kermit hasn't been good in a long time, plus being a smaller school. I'm going to say Big Spring 50, Kermit 12.
All right. Next one is going to be the Duncanville at DeSoto. This is going to be a big game, probably game of the week in Texas. He's got Duncanville winning 56-49.
Yeah, we got this wrong last week. Max Preps had the date wrong. This is going to be, I think Matt Stepp said there were 150 press passes issued for this game. There'll be both of those teams between them have about 40 Division I prospects.
Yes.
So that'd be a heck of a game to go see. If Chase is picking Duncanville, I'm going to say DeSoto 49, Duncanville 44.
All right. Next one's going to be Odessa High at Permian.
Yeah, that's always a big game. Odessa High beat them last year. I think Permian's undefeated. Odessa High, I think they've won 2 or 3 ball games. Odessa High can score some points.
Oh, yeah.
Got a real good quarterback, got a nice system. They're some good receivers. Their problem is they can't stop anybody. So Odessa High will put up some points, but I'm going to say Permian's going to win. I'm going to say 52-35.
And Chase has that with Permian winning 42-35. Next one we're going to get into college. It's going to be the Texas Longhorns versus Oklahoma University.
So, that's Longhorns are ranked number 1, best team they've had in 20 years. On paper, Texas ought to win by 3 or 4 touchdowns. But if you go back and look at the last 10, every year Texas has beaten Oklahoma when they've been ranked in the top 5 and Texas unranked and vice versa. And that'd be a fun game to go to.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
And that's at the fair.
Yes, it is. You get to go to the fair. And anyway, I'll be watching on my couch. But at any rate, I think it's going to be a close ball game. Oklahoma has struggled this year. Texas hasn't really. But I'm going to say Texas will pull this one out 31-28.
And Chase has it, Texas winning 28-20. Next one up is going to be NFL, and the first one's Texans versus Patriots.
Yeah, Texans pulled one out last week. That's a heck of a game against Buffalo. Patriots, they're not looking too bueno. I think they're going to change their quarterback. I'm going to say Houston 28, New England 10.
Okay, and Chase has it at Texas winning 30-20. And then the next one, final one, is going to be the Lions at Dallas Cowboys.
And we got to we've
got to give them credit.
Our beloved Cowboys. We got to give them some love.
Both of y'all missed that one last week, by the way. Yeah.
You can't blame us, though, from what we've seen.
For real, yeah.
You know what? I have not downgraded, but I have criticized Dak Prescott for many years. And I got to tip my hat. He brought him back, and he won. I think that's the first fourth quarter drive he's ever done that. But the defense played great, considering they had a lot of injuries. Tolbert stepped up.
Yep.
The running game, we rushed for like 117 yards.
Oh, yeah. And
I say we like I was a part of it.
I think a key component to that, left tackle got injured. They moved Smith back to the left tackle.
Guard.
Yes. So I think that's the key, and I think they should stick with that.
I'm with you on that.
I think if they stick with that, I believe the Cowboys are going to win. But Chase has it as the Lions will beat the Cowboys 27-20.
Hey, Campbell's done a heck of a job there in Detroit, and I really think, when Detroit's not playing Dallas, I root for him. I like Dan Campbell. He's an old A&M Aggie. I like what he's done up there. But I'm going to climb back up on the bandwagon, and I'm going to say Cowboys 30, Lions 28.
How about them Cowboys?
Well, that's going to conclude the Pick'em section, and we will be back. Welcome back to the Slot Team Mafia podcast. We're here with Coach Braden Martin for the Andrews Mustangs. I believe he's a running back coach.
Yes, sir.
Braden, so looking forward to Bushland coming up on Friday night. What are some things from an offensive perspective as a running back coach you've seen on film, some players that stand out, and what do they like to do defensively?
They've got some really effective defensive linemen, number 78, number 73. I can't remember their names. We've watched them a ton on film. They are very disruptive at the line. They just want to get upfield, and they're punishing. And I believe 78 is a sophomore. He's going to continue being a disruptor for them. They have a really powerful linebacker, number 2. He is a hard hitter. He flies to the ball. He's fast. Both of their defensive ends do good job containing the edge and everything. Really, usually whenever we're evaluating film, we can find somebody who's a weak point in their defense.
Can't do it with this.
With this group, they're all pretty
solid.
It's hard to find a weak point.
So their base wise, is it like a 3-man front, a 4-man front? I know that most teams, we're going to see a 7 to 9-man front.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like every week, but
they typically run a 10-1. So this
do
one,
they really?
Yes, sir. But this one, I think we expect to see probably a 7.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We say that, and then we
You
could be
never know.
wrong, but we think that they're going to try to just stick to their main defense and just stick to what they do, and they do it well.
Well, absolutely. No, and I know you guys are coaching them up, get them up there and give them the best chance to win Friday night. Mm-hmm. Coach Martin, we're super glad you came on the show. We'll be rooting for you Friday night. Be up there live streaming the game. You guys go up there and get them. Know you guys will be ready, and we're super happy to have you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just looking forward for a good game. I think our kids are ready to go out there and pour it all out before open week.
Us too, and we're super ready to see you guys on Friday night. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Welcome back to the Slot Team Mafia podcast show. We're back with a special guest, a Mustang football player, and I'm going to let the young man introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Leeroy, Millan, number 21. I'm a running back for the Andrews football team.
We're glad to have you on, Leeroy. So tell us, how long have you been playing football and what got you interested in playing?
I've been playing football since I was like 6 years old, 7.
YFL, boys club, flag.
YFL, flag, all of it.
And what got you interested in playing football?
My friends, little childhood, we had.
Everybody get together and
play. Get together, play. Yeah.
So a lot of us got interested. Well, so who is your favorite NFL player?
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I was going to say past, present, or future.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a heck
Definitely.
of a player.
He was.
I couldn't stand him until the Cowboys signed him. But yeah, Deion's was a heck of a player for sure. So give us some of your personal and team goals this year, Leeroy.
Personal goals, just set high standard, better than last year. Just trying to take it further and further.
Absolutely. And any team goals? Pretty much the same.
Team goals, just have fun and, like I said, set high standard and represent what we have on our chest better than we found it.
Absolutely. That's good to hear. So tell me, Leeroy, are there one player, two players? Is there anybody on the team this year that that might have been under the radar prior to the season started, but have really stepped in and stepped up that's really maybe surprised you this year?
Oh yes, definitely. Kyle Covington stepped up. He was nervous, fought through it. Kai on the spot when Jace got hurt, he stepped up. He wasn't scared.
Those guys have done a heck of a job this year for sure. Well, is there anybody, Leeroy, family, friends, coach, anybody that you would like to give a shout out to?
Oh, absolutely. All the coaches, love them. Shout out to them. Parents, and all the athletes.
Yeah, well, you've had a lot of support, and you guys keep working hard. District has not started yet.
No.
Another tune-up Friday night, and I want you guys to go up there and get them, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on, Leeroy. Good luck Friday. Thank you. Welcome back to the Slot Team Mafia podcast. We have another Andrews Mustang football player in studio tonight. I'm going to let the young man introduce himself.
My name's Kaden Mendoza, number 1. I play running back.
Kaden, we're glad you come on. Let me ask you a question. So how long have you been playing football, and what got you interested?
I've been playing football. I've been playing flag football since I was like 8. And parents just put me in it and liked the sport ever since.
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of us got started. We got put in it and enjoyed it. So who's your favorite football player, past, present, or future?
Has to be Micah Parsons.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do you like about Micah?
I love how he's like 100% every play.
Ferocity.
Always in the play. Like, names always said out there. Like, biggest player on the Cowboys.
Absolutely. A lot of juice. And like they say, if you're juiceless, you're useless.
Yes,
And he
sir.
brings the juice. So give me, what are some of your personal and team goals for the year?
Personal goals, do what I can for help the team. Whatever I can, help the team win. Team goals, win district, make it as far as we can in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're pulling for you guys. So are there one player, two players? Are there anybody on the team who might have been under the radar when the season started that have really stepped up and maybe turned some heads that you've been impressed with?
Yeah, Kai Salgado.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, how he stepped up for whenever Jace got injured, and then Bo Hudson stepped up.
Yeah, they've had good years.
Yes,
Yeah, they've
sir.
stepped up, no doubt about it. Well, is there anybody, coaches, friends, family, that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Coach Harvey, Coach Martin, my mom, my dad, brother, just people that have been there whole ride.
A lot of support.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, we're so glad you came on. Good luck Friday. You guys go get them, and good luck the rest of the way, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, good luck. Welcome back to the Slot Team Mafia podcast. We have an Andrews Mustang football player, another guest, and we're going to let the young man introduce himself.
Hey, my name is Jace Mendoza. I'm number 7, and I'm a running back on varsity.
So, Jace, I'll give you the same questions. How long have you been playing football, and what got you interested in playing?
Man, I've been playing flag football since I was like 7. I played at 7 years old because like my mom and my dad wanted me and my brother to be on the same team and stuff, so they started me a little bit earlier, and they just kind of like threw us in there and wanted us to get a feel for the game, and then I've liked it ever since.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of kids. Like we were talking about earlier, a lot of kids get started. Your parents sign you up for everything when you're young, and whether it's baseball or basketball or football. But I was like you. I always liked football when I started playing when I was young. Well, so, Jace, give us some of your personal and team goals for this year.
My personal goal is to eventually like build up to where I can become starting. And my team goals is to at least get 3 rounds in the district, if not win the whole district. My main goal is to win whole district, but I would love to make 3 rounds in the district as well.
Yeah, no, that would be great, and we're pulling for you guys. It's all on the table for sure. Is there anybody on the team, obviously a player, a couple of players that maybe weren't really on the radar when the season started, but have really came in and stepped up and helped you guys out this year?
I'd have to say Bo Hudson for sure. What game was it? Wichita Falls. He
Had a good
came
game.
in, showed out, and proved that he could run the ball, and he did a really good job. And then Kai too, when Jay Sean got hurt, he came in, just like showed out,
Yeah, they
proved what he
stepped
could
up.
do.
Yep, when the injuries, and so, they have, and there's always, you can always, regardless of any level, when you start a season, there's always a couple of guys under the radar that you hadn't seen or maybe hadn't got a lot of good looks, and then you put them in there, they're really surprised. So that's always good. So Jace, up until this point, you've been playing football a long time. Obviously, all of us have support, whether it's coaches, friends, family. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to my parents, my mom and dad. My dad was there coaching me, pushing me to work hard. My coach, Coach Martin, Coach Harvey, they both were there and pushing me to be the best I can. And then my brother, Kaden Mendoza, he was there. Me and him didn't really get along at first when we were younger, but
All brothers are like that.
yeah, he was there for me, and he's the one that pushed me to be stronger most of the time.
Well, you've got some good support. Listen, you guys go down there Friday, lay it all on the table, leave it all on the field, and good luck, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Folks, that's going to conclude this episode of the Slot Team Mafia podcast. Special thanks to Monument Realty, Daniel Montoya. Special thanks to Nick Knacks with our backdrop here. Thank you to Coach Braden Martin. Thank you to these young Mustangs who are getting ready to go play Bushland on Friday night. And remember, folks, it's a great day to be a Mustang.